in Cincinnati today. The Cardinals and the Reds playing each other for the first time this weekend. Two intra-divisional rivals from the Central Division. But they got rained out last night, and so a doubleheader today. And in Game 1, the Cardinals with an 8-1 victory. Palante got the win over Chris Paddock. Paddock, by the way, is now 0-6 for the Reds and a 6.86 earned run average. Jordan Walker hit his 14th home run of the year for the Cardinals in that game. The Cardinals are now 8 games over 500 in a division where every single team has a winning record. Milwaukee Brewers, who've won 4 in a row, and 12 of their last 14 lead that division. And the Cardinals at the moment are now just 2 games behind them in spite of all that success by the Brewers this year. The Brewers play the Dodgers a little bit later, and it will be Gasser to start for the Brewers against Roki Sasaki, who's coming off his best start as a big leaguer. The Giants are just now taking the field now as Hauser trots out to the mound, and Daniel Susac to a home plate. Susac, the catcher for the Giants in this one. Now, some other action on the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. The Astros are leading the Cubs 3-0. The Cubs have lost 6 in a row after getting off to a great start to the season. They've dropped to 3rd place in the National League Central with 6 straight losses, and they're trailing again today. A couple of home runs hit by Christian Walker, the veteran first baseman for the Astros. Okert is in that game now in relief with the Cubs batting in the last of the 7th. And the Cubs have had only 2 hits all day in that game. Now, the Blue Jays, the defending American League champions, playing the Pittsburgh Pirates and going up against Paul Skeens. Skeens, who has been in a real hot streak lately. Skeens with 45 strikeouts and only 1 walk in his last 6 starts. 4 of those starts, he did not allow any runs at all. But the first hitter he faced today was the veteran George Springer, and in an 0-2 count, Springer launched a high fastball, a liner that hit off the facing of the 3rd deck at the Sky Dome, and the Blue Jays took an immediate 1-0 lead. It is still 1-0. They're in the last of the 4th inning there, and in that game, the Blue Jays have Patrick Corbin, the veteran left-hander, on the mound. Twins and Red Sox just getting ready to play at Fenway Park. The Guardians, red hot. The Guardians from the American League Central have won 7 in a row, and they're taking on the Phillies and their ace right-hander Wheeler, but that game is in a rain delay. Now, we're ready to play ball here, in a first pitch sinker to Antonacci, the left-handed batter, in for a strike from Adrian Hauser. The Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. Toyota, let's go places. Now, a little bit of an equipment issue for Daniel Susac, so timeout is taken there. First pitch thrown at 1:08 p.m. and the game time temperature 61 degrees. It's bright and sunshiny, but it's a little coolish. Now the pitch, and that's over the inside corner with a changeup, and it's strike 2 called. Antonacci, who got hit 2 times in the same inning last night. He started the 9-run rally being hit by a pitch, and he took one for the team. I think everybody was in agreement with that, and he often will. So pitch inside to him, you have to be careful about that. 0-2 pitch, swing, and a high foul off the left field line that will reach well back into the lower deck, out of play. Antonacci, who is hitting .288 with a .390 on base average, although he doesn't get a whole lot of walks. He's been hit more times than he's walked. 2-strike pitch, fastball in there, strike 3 called. Well, apparently he was convinced that it would be something else from Hauser other than a fastball on the outer third down around the knees. 97-mile-an-hour fastball to freeze him. And now here is the powerful Murakami. 1 out, nobody on. Murakami, 17 home runs for the year. And the pitch to him. In there for a called strike with a curveball. Murakami, 246 batting average, but 17 homers and only 175 official at-bats. About one homer every 10 at-bats. Here it is, and a sinker up and in, off the inside for a ball, 1-1. Murakami with a 320, I beg your pardon, 387 on base percentage. He's walked 40 times. Now the pitch, and a slider is in the dirt on the inside, ball 2. So a lot of home run power. Last night, no home runs for the White Sox, who have hit the third most homers of any team in Major League Baseball coming into this series. But Murakami broke it wide open with a 3-run double in that 9-run inning. There's a swing and a foul, ticking off the glove of Susac and high up on the backstop in the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shortstop, Adames, well over toward the middle, playing Murakami to pull. Now the set, the pitch. Swing, ground ball up the first base side, just goes foul. The Giants on the field with Hauser pitching and Susac catching. And infield of Devers, Arraez, Adames, and Chapman from first around to third. And in the outfield, Schmidt, Bader, and Gilbert from left to right. Here's the windup and the pitch. And a little bit high with that 95-mile-an-hour sinker. Now it's 3-2. And Murakami, to get that many walks, he's on pace for about 123 walks if he kept up getting walks at this pace all year. He's got a pretty good eye, apparently. 3-2 pitch. Swing, bounce right back to Hauser. He gloves it on a hop, runs it toward first, and then makes the underhanded flip to Devers for the out. Hit sharply by Murakami, but right back at Hauser, who was squared up, ready to field his position. So 2 down, and here is Miguel Vargas. The White Sox, and here's a look at the leaderboard, sponsored by Bank of America, proud sponsor of the Junior Giants, helping inspire tomorrow's leaders on and off the field. White Sox home run leaders. Here's the pitch. Slider spins in there to the right-handed batting Vargas. Strike 1 called. Murakami, 17 homers. Then Montgomery, who's on deck, 13 homers. And then Vargas, 11. Little bouncer softly hit foul on the third base side. The White Sox third base coach, Justin Jershela, will go over and pick it up. Toss it to the Giants' bat boy. 0-2 the count to Vargas. 2 down, nobody on. Hauser facing his old team, the White Sox. He started the year and was great for the White Sox last year. Now, fastball is too high. And one of his best starts, and he had a lot of outstanding starts for the White Sox, but his best one was a 1-0 win over the Giants in Chicago. Here's the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, just off the outside. Nerves of steel for Vargas to take that one. Vargas is another guy who's walked a lot. He's had 32 walks. Vargas comes in with a 368 on base percentage in spite of a low batting average. And this one is called a strike, and Vargas is going to challenge that call.
Called a strike, batter's challenging.
And he's going to win this challenge. So here they put it up on the big board, the animation, and it is just a little bit off the outside corner by 1.5 inches. So that's a great time to challenge because his at-bat is still going. Otherwise, he'd already be out. The inning would already be over. 3-2 the count to him. And he's walked 32 times, and Murakami's walked 40 times. The White Sox 2 leading on-base guys for getting walks. Here's the pitch. Swing and a fly ball into right. Back and now waiting for it. Gilbert, shy of the warning track by about 10 feet, makes the catch. Well, he gets him anyway. 3 up, 3 down. Last of the first, Adames, Arraez, and Schmidt coming up. White Sox done. Giants coming to bat on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
Oh, hey, friends. This sale's for you. The DSW Friends and Family event is on. DSW VIP members get 25% off almost everything in stores and online for a limited time. Don't miss out. This only happens twice a year. Not a VIP? You're still family to us. Join for free to get in on the savings. Plus, VIPs always get free shipping on anything. Save on must-own shoes today when you shop the DSW Friends and Family event at your DSW store or DSW.com.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Back to Orange and Black Bats Crackin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
We are coming to you live from the Chuck Chanzy Gold Resort and Casino broadcast booth. And here is Hudson, Brian Hudson, left-handed reliever, and he's the opener for the White Sox today. And he misses low and inside at 91 miles an hour. Ball one to Willie Adames. 0-0 as we start the Giants half of the first. Now Adames swings and misses. Kind of drops down low three-quarters style. Looks like he might have good carry on that fastball, though. It's only 92 miles an hour, but it had the swing and the look of a much faster pitch, so it must have had excellent carry to it. From the stretch, Hudson pitches. Swing and a soft liner out behind second over to his right. Mydroth, the second baseman, makes the catch. So one away. Well, he got a swing and a miss on the first one, and then that next high fastball, he got a swing and a little very soft flare out to the second baseman, and he hit it at 59 miles per hour. That's really softly hit. Now Luis Arraez, fourth in the league in batting average, 321. And he's taken all the way here in a first pitch called strike. 90 miles an hour from Hudson. Hudson is in his 25th game. Third time that he started a game. 0-1 delivery. And that's in for a called strike. So he's taken both of those. And is quickly behind in the count, 0-2. That was belled high right down the middle. Here it comes, very high. 1-2 the count. White Sox around the infield showing Murakami, Mydroth, Montgomery, and Vargas from first around to third. An outfield of Antonacci in left, Peters in center, Kelnick in right. Romo is the catcher, Drew Romo. 1-2 pitch. Fastball away, and it's 2-2. Hudson has averaged exactly one strikeout per inning before today. 23 strikeouts in 23 innings. 10 walks, so he can be a little bit wild. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Out of play off to the left. He's just staying with the hard stuff here. What for him is the hard stuff. Not really hard in terms of a radar gun reading, though. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. That was another four-seam fastball, 91 miles an hour. He kind of reminds you of that. He's a much taller version of Alex Vesia of the Dodgers, who's one of the kings of the vert balls that have that look of rising. Here it comes. Swing, and there's a drive into left field, hit well. Back into his right. Antonacci now circling to his right. Goes into a slide and makes a backhanded catch. He started back, and then that one had a lot of slice to it. And he reacted a little bit late to that because he was heading really back quickly. The ball started fading and slicing, and he ultimately had to go into a slide to reach down to catch it. 2 down, and Casey Schmidt swings and hits a soft fly ball to left in a couple of steps to make the catch. Antonacci. Schmidt's gone on 1 pitch. 3 up, 3 down with the Giants. We go to the second inning. Montgomery, the cleanup hitter, coming up against Hauser. 0-0 in the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, great teams know one thing: smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats?
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8.
Now back to Giants Gloves Poppin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Now the Taco Bell second inning. And leading off for the White Sox, the cleanup hitter, Colson Montgomery, 24-year-old, powerful left-handed batter, and a swinging strike one on a first pitch sinker. And the count is 0-1. That ball was down around the knees. Taco Bell second inning. Stop by your local Taco Bell to try their new Cantina chicken menu. And remember to live Moss. Now here's a curveball and a check swing. No, not quite. And a penal to the third base umpire, Nestor Ceja. And he said, no, that's a swing. And we see the side view on the replay. He definitely went all the way through the zone on that one. 0-0 as we start the second inning. Now the windup, and Hauser delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high, hard one. That was high and tight at 96 miles per hour. Second strikeout for Hauser. Hauser last year signed a one-year deal with the White Sox. Made 11 starts and had a 2.1 earned run average. Included in that was a 1-0 win over the Giants in Chicago. There's a ball outside, ball one. Then he got traded to Tampa Bay and a couple of minor leaguers as well. The White Sox still in a rebuilding at that time. Now the 1-0 pitch outside for a ball. Hauser got off to a really bad start back in April for the Giants, but so far in the month of May, he's got a 2.04 ERA. That was going into today. Now he pitches. There's a called strike. Hauser pitched last Sunday in Sacramento against the Athletics, and he was great. He went 6 innings, only allowed 1 run in that game. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to third over to his left. Chapman's got it, sets himself, and throws him out at first. Chase Mydroth, one of only 2 right-handed hitters in the lineup for the White Sox today, grounds out. 2 down, and Andrew Benintendi, another lefty, will come up. And that's our check of who was on deck as he strides to the plate now. That's sponsored by TimberTech. TimberTech, decking and railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Now Benintendi, big swing and a miss on a changeup. That fooled him. 1 strike to count. Benintendi has been hitting really well lately. His last 6 games, he's had 3 doubles and a homer and 6 batted in. He takes the ball too low with a slider, 1-1. And last night, he got one of the biggest hits of that 9-run inning as he got a 2-run double to left center. Now he takes a called strike on the inside with a sinker that came back to the plate. That was up and in, kind of borderline, but if it didn't hit the strike zone, it missed it by a fraction of an inch. 1-2 pitch. Swing, and there's a high pop-up. Third baseman Chapman shading the eyes of the glove as he angles back to his right and near the foul line in shallow left. He's got it. And I think he made it look a lot easier than it was with the harsh glare of the sun. 3 up, 3 down. Rafi Devers coming up. Then Chapman, last of the second, 0-0 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Now the Giants into the last of the second inning. And in the opener, the left-hander Hudson still in there, and he misses outside with ball 1 to Rafael Devers. Lefty versus lefty. Now there's a fastball away. 2-0. Meanwhile, in the White Sox bullpen, the right-hander, normally a starting pitcher, Eric Fetty, is warming up. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul. Out of play off to the left. And that was an off-balance swing by Devers on a ball that was on the outer third. 2-1 the count. Here it is. Swing and a foul back to the screen. That was another fastball, 89 miles an hour. And Devers was a little bit under it. Very characteristic of a guy who's got that excellent carry. The big vert. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. All hard stuff. I don't think he's thrown anything except fastballs, and that may be the end of his day. Here comes Will Venable, the manager, out with the hook. Next 2 hitters are both right-handed, Chapman and Susac. So I guess that was the plan with the opener, Hudson, to get through Devers. The Giants with 2 lefties out of their first 4. Keep Fetty from having to face them. So here comes Fetty into the game. So, Giants nothing, White Sox nothing. With 1 out, nobody on in the last of the second inning as Fetty comes in from the bullpen. And while he makes his way in, let's pause for these words.
Memorial Day weekend. You know what that means.
No work on Monday.
And the start of the summer season.
With all the summer sales this weekend. Look at all these ads.
I know, but there is one store we really should visit.
Why?
To check out the new TVs from Samsung and LG and Sony.
Aren't those expensive?
Not this weekend. Video Only has huge deals on the new models and even trade-in discounts.
What about online or the warehouse clubs?
We can do better at Video Only. They've got the lowest prices of the year on the new TVs, including all the top-rated models.
Okay, let's check them out. Or
we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or dishwashers, but you will find the best deals on the best TVs, soundbars, and home theater systems. Shop around, but then make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In Mountain View, San Mateo, Union City, Dublin, and San Rafael.
Video Only.
Giants nothing, White Sox nothing. Eric Fetty, the right-hander, on the mound now, taking his warm-ups. With 1 out, nobody on, and Matt Chapman coming up. Score big with a soccer jersey from the Giants on Saturday, June 13th. The first 20,000 fans will receive a soccer jersey presented by StubHub as the Giants celebrate Fiesta Gigantes on that date. Enjoy Latin music and culture throughout the ballpark thanks to Topo Chico Hard Seltzer and Bank of America. Learn more and get tickets for the game on June 13th at sfgiants.com/fiesta. Now, Fetty ready to go to Matt Chapman, and he throws him a called strike. Now Fetty to the plate, and that's in there for a called strike 2 with a sinker. The timeout is asked for by Matt Chapman. Now, Fetty has had huge splits. He has been way more successful. And here's the pitch, and that's too high. And the count is 1-2. He has what they call reverse splits, been way more successful against lefties than righties. Now the pitch is way outside with his sweeper, and that's been his most effective pitch this year. The batting average when he throws that sweeping breaking ball is only 176. He throws it nearly half the time against righties. Now Chapman takes too high with a sinker at 95 miles an hour, and it's a full count, 3-2. Chapman, though, has not hit righties well this year. Now he takes strike 3 call, and he immediately challenges the call.
The pitch was called a strike. The batter's challenging.
And he's going to lose it. And he's looking out at the scoreboard like everybody else, and it's over the outside edge.
San Francisco has 1 remaining challenge.
Belt high, right in the outside corner. Just barely half the ball touched the strike zone, and half didn't. So 2 down, nobody on. Here is Andrew Susak, another right-handed hitter. Fetty, it's weird because they're treating him as if he's lights out great against righties, but it's been the opposite this year. Now he throws a called strike to Susak. Lefties are hitting 193 against him and hardly ever getting extra base hits. Righties are hitting 289 with a lot of extra base power. Now here is a sinker in for called strike 2. Well, it's the same beginning to Chapman's at bat. Couple of called strikes right away. Now timeout is asked for by Susak. Two down, nobody on. Giants nothing. White Sox nothing in the second inning. Here's Fetty to the plate. Low and outside with the sweeper. 1-2. Susak, who is hitting .395 and 38 at bats in the big leagues this year. Right-handed hitter, the pitch to him. Very high. 2-2. Eric Fetty, so far this year, no wins, 4 losses, a 4.3 earned run average. He's given up a lot of home runs, 11 homers in 46 innings. Now the pitch is in on the fists and bounced foul to the third base coach, Ron Wotus. He's the substitute third base coach with Alex Borg, or Hector Borg, I beg your pardon. Away for the weekend. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's that sweeper again. And that's been his big pitch. So 3 straight Giants strikeout in the second. We head to the third. 0-0 on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs, or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's BYRNA, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
Carpal tunnel syndrome, heart failure that doesn't improve with common medicines. These are some signs and symptoms associated with ATTR-CM, or the cardiomyopathy of ATTR amyloidosis, a serious heart condition with symptoms that get worse over time. Amvuttra, vutrisiran, is a prescription medicine given by a healthcare provider that treats ATTR-CM in adults to reduce heart-related death, hospital stays, and urgent visits. In a clinical study, Amvuttra was proven to help people live longer and have fewer heart-related hospital stays and urgent visits over 3 years compared to placebo. Amvuttra lowers the amount of vitamin A in your blood, which can affect vision. Other side effects include pain in the arms or legs, pain in the joints, and shortness of breath.
Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Inning number 3 and the 7th place hitter for the White Sox today, Jared Kalnick, leads off against Adrian Hauser. And a high curveball in there for a called strike. I think that one may well have started out above the strike zone and dropped down into it. With the dropping curveball. 0-1 the count to Kalnick. Here it comes. Fastball in there. Strike 2 call. Down the middle at 95 miles per hour. And it's 0-2. Tristan Peters, another lefty, is on deck. And then the switch-hitting Drew Romo due up third in the inning. There has not yet been a base runner in this game as we start the third. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup. Third strikeout for Hauser. And now Tristan Peters to the plate. The Giants' annual Pride Night is highlighted by post-game fireworks. Enjoy Pride Night fireworks presented by Gilead following the Friday, June 12th game with the Cubs. Giants lead off an exciting weekend with the Cubbies in town. Learn more and get your tickets at sfgiants.com/pride. Now here's ball 1 to Tristan Peters. 26-year-old out of Southern Illinois. He was a Saluki, just like Dwayne Kuiper. Now pitch is lined into right field for a base hit. That was a changeup up. And Peters seemed to be looking for something just like that. He ripped it into right field. First base runner of the game. And here comes Drew Romo. Peters, he can steal a base. He's got 4 steals and 4 tries this year. White Sox like to run as a group. Romo, switch hitter, batting left-handed. And Hauser pitches a little bit low. Working from the stretch now. Giants had the shortstop, Adames, well over toward the middle. Pulled in a little bit, double play depth. Second baseman Arise shaded a few steps toward first. Also in a couple of steps from the outfield grass, double play depth. Now the set and the pitch. In there for a called strike with a sinker. Giants nothing. White Sox nothing. Third inning. It was similar to last night's game. The White Sox never had a base runner until the fourth inning last night. 1-1 the count, and a throw to first. Dancing over there was Peters, and this time Hauser, whether it was because Peters got his attention or it was called from the dugout, he ended up making the pickoff throw, and Peters dives back safely. Devers on the bag with him. He's dancing again. Now the pitch, showing bunt. Romo takes a called strike 2 with a changeup. That one ended up down at the knees, which when guys are looking to bunt, a lot of hitters will say that the pitch down is the best one to get down on the ground with a bunt. But he pulled the bat back. Now he's behind 1-2. The pitch on the way. And it's low and in with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Giants nothing. White Sox nothing. Third inning. One out, runner at first. Taking his time out here, Drew Romo. Romo has not hit well so far this year. 178 batting average. But he has hit for power. He's got 4 homers in 45 official at-bats. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high fastball. Well, I guess he was looking for something up. And he finally got something up, and it was way up out of the zone, up around the lettering on his shirt. 2 down, 4 strikeouts for Hauser. And here's the leadoff man, Sam Antonacci. Runner at first. The set, the pitch. Low. Ball 1. We're very sad to learn today of the tragedy sustained by the former Giant Marvin Bernard. Inducted into the Giants Wall of Fame in 2011. Won the Willie Mack Award as a player in 1999. There's the throw to first, and back to the bag standing is Peters. But Bernard got the news early this morning of the death of his wife, Mrs. Leslie Bernard, in a traffic accident. Here's the pitch now, and it's down and away for a ball. 2-0. Marvin had said goodbye to his wife, Leslie, at the Sacramento airport last night. He was traveling to Miami. He was to be inducted into the Latino Baseball Hall of Fame today. But then got the sad news that she had passed away in a tragic traffic accident. Here's a ball up and away, and it's 3-0 to Antonacci. So our prayers and best wishes to Marvin Bernard. (3-0) pitch, and Antonacci looks at a called strike. 3-1. Antonacci, the main part of his game is getting on base, and he is very much like the former Giant, longtime big leaguer, F.P. Santangelo in that regard. 3-1 count, the pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul and out of play off to the left. And I talked to F.P. I saw him at the ballpark here today. F.P., who is a great talk show host on KNBR, our flagship station, and has worked several games with us already this year. 3-2 the count with a runner at first, 2 down. There goes the runner. The pitch. Or a slow roller to third, in to field it, Chapman. Here's the throw to first. Inning over. He said, you definitely, there is a technique to getting hit by pitches intentionally, which we thought we saw Antonacci employ last night to get that big rally started in the fourth inning. Not this time. 1 hit, 1 left. Eldridge coming up with the Giants in a 0-0 game on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
I'd finally have time to reread my favorite fantasy book.
Dig deeper. We're imagining winning the New York lottery here.
Okay, I'd build my own reading nook right where the sun hits.
You're getting warmer.
The French sun. I'll buy a villa in Marseille. Wait, what's the French word for sun?
I don't know, Kathy. You're the reader.
Okay, I'll hire a tutor to learn the French word for sun, then the words to negotiate real estate, then I'll buy my own French library.
And to think you just wanted to reread a book. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
Back to Orange and Black Bats Crackin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
First pitch fastball for a called strike to Bryce Eldridge as we start the Giants half of the third inning. Now a changeup. Just off the outside for a ball, just barely missing. Eldridge, a left-handed batter. Bader on deck, and then Gilbert due up third. 0-0. And here's a cutter up and a swinging strike two. They took that first pitch fastball that was right down the middle for a called strike. Now a swinging strike. He's behind 1-2, and here it is. Ooh. And the breaking ball is just off the outside. And it was, the ABS shows it as being off the outside. 2-2 pitch. Low and away with a changeup. Now it's a full count. Bryce Eldridge trying to get it going. He's hit one home run. That was in San Francisco. He's had 36 at-bats, but just 5 hits overall. Now he swings, hits a foul out of play into the second deck. And that was kind of a hanging sinker right down the middle of the plate. And that's kind of symptomatic of what happens when a guy's not hitting. He misses those. Here it is, swing and a foul out of play off to the left on a high cutter. 3-2 the count. That was up around the belt, maybe a little bit above, and out over the plate. She's coming after him. Here it comes. Swing and another foul coming back into the second deck. That was another cutter. That one ran in under the hands, though. But he fought it off. 3-2. Bader on deck. Fetty delivers. Swing and a smash down the right field line. Hooking toward the corner, and it just goes foul. It ricocheted maybe off the hands of a fan or off the top of the railing behind the arcade out there and out into the bay. Man, did he hit that one hard. But foul. 3-2 pitch. Swing, and he fouls it off the third base side and off the facing of the second deck. Three-two pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit to right field. On the 11th pitch of the at-bat, Eldridge lines a single into right field. And just a couple of pitches after he hit a foul ball home run. So now here is Harrison Bader. Bader, who has not hit well against right-handed pitching. Here's the pitch from the right-hander. in there for a called strike with a cutter. 0-1 the count. Giants nothing, White Sox nothing. Nobody out, runner at first. And there is a ball just a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was another cutter. Bader had a single and a walk last night. He's been hitting with some power lately. Chokes up in the bat a little bit, crowding the plate. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. An appeal to the first base umpire. No, says Chris Guccione. No swing. 2-1 the count. Giants nothing, White Sox nothing. Giants just getting their first hit and first base runner on the single there by Eldridge. Here it is. There's a ground ball to short over to his right. Montgomery to second for 1. The relay to first. Double play. So they finally get a base runner, and then the next batter hits the double play ball. Tomorrow will be Star Wars Day here at Oracle Park. Mandalorians, Jedi, and Giants fans all invited to enjoy galactic fun for the finale of the series with the White Sox. First 15,000 fans will receive a Grogu bobblehead presented by Evercharge. Get tickets now at sfgiants.com/Star Wars. There's a called strike to Drew Gilbert. Left-handed hitter. 2 down, nobody on. Nothing score. Gilbert pops one up into shallow left. Falling in there. Base hit. Vargas, the third baseman, went chasing down the line after it. He could not catch up to it. The left fielder, Antonacci, could not even get close to it. So Gilbert has a bloop single to left, and here comes Willie Adames. By the way, that new Star Wars movie, did you notice, DC, that we talked about a little bit last night? And DC was very uptight about it because he's going with his family to see the Mandalorian and Grogu movie tonight. Here's a ball down and away. Ball 1 to Willie Adames, who popped up to second his first time. And we're close. Monday will be the 49th anniversary of the original Star Wars movie, debuting in theaters around the country, 1977. Now the 1-0 pitch. Wow, a ball that almost hit him. And with the ball almost by him, he ended up taking a swing at it for some reason. And the ball skimmed off the bat foul. Bizarre decision there on a mind-boggling decision by Adames on a ball that was already by him and almost hit him. 1-1 the count to him. Fedde ready, runner at first. The pitch. Broken back, ground ball right over at the Giants dugout. Hits the screen in front of the dugout. The bat snapped in half, and I mean a transverse shattering of the bat from the barrel end on down to the handle. And the other half of the bat with a lethal-looking jagged edge ended up on the dirt near third base. Another ball that ran way inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Adames, who's looking very anxious to put a ball in play, whether it's a strike or not. He's just swung at 2 straight pitches that almost hit him. Got a new bat now. The 1-2 pitch is down and away and off the glove of Romo, the catcher. Anyway, Star Wars did get screened in San Francisco before it got released to the rest of the country back in 1977, right here in San Francisco. And why not? George Lucas is a local guy. The Giants won the day it was released. It went into more wide release that year. And the Giants beat the Cincinnati Reds in a game in which they scored 5 runs in the first inning back in '77. And DC will be his opening night, his debut for the Mandalorian, Star Wars, The Mandalorian and Grogu tonight. Hard ground ball to short. Montgomery's got it, flips it to second. with Mydroth covering for the out. And the inning is over. Gilbert is forced out at second. Dwayne Kuiper will be coming over from the television side. We head to the fourth inning. Murakami, the slugger, coming up. 0-0 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York Lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats.
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY.
Giants fans, stream the sports leader on the all-new KNBR app. Now back to the orange and black.
All right, Dwayne Kuiper back here at Oracle Park. It's 0-0, and on the first pitch to Murakami, he dribbles one back to Hauser. Hauser throws to first. One pitch, one out. God, radio has never been so easy. My goodness. So Murakami rolls out. And that'll bring up Miguel Vargas. No runs, a hit for the White Sox. For the Giants, no runs on 2 hits. Vargas takes a pitch, called a ball, but Susak is feeling pretty sure that this is a strike. He issues a challenge, and it is a strike.
Calls overturned. San Francisco retains 1 challenge.
And I mean, it was almost the full baseball was in the strike zone. So it's 0-1. The pitch to Vargas. Swinging a shot center field. It's going to fall as Bader gets to it on a big hop. And he will hold Vargas to a 1-out single.
Timeout.
Yeah, so Louis Krupa had left his mic on. Thank goodness didn't say anything derogatory about anybody. He just blurted out how many outs there were. And now Chris Cuccione is coming down the line saying, "Yo, dude, your mic was on." And Krupa said, "Yeah, well, I know. All right, leave me alone." So Cuccione goes back to first. Little umpire talk. Here's the shortstop, Colson Montgomery, with 1 out and 1 on. And the pitch, and there's a called strike. Vargas, at first, has got 8 steals, and he's not been thrown out. So you can expect that there's a good opportunity that he's going to go. He does not go, and a shot to right. Gilbert's coming over. He's going to play it on a bounce. He gets it. He's going to get it back into the infield, but Vargas goes to third. So just like that, the White Sox have runners at the corners with 1 out. And the hitter is going to be Chase Mydroth, the second baseman. So the first trouble that Hauser is in, and it comes here with 1 out in the 4th inning. And now Hauser's looking for a strikeout, a pop-up, or a double play. So he stands in, gets the sign from Susak. And the pitch, and it's a strike. He threw a fastball right down the pipe, and it's 0-1. Adames in a rise at double play depth up the middle. Bader shading Mydrith towards right center. Hauser throws. Swinging a tap around in front of home plate. Hauser's got it on the bare hand. He steps and throws, and they got him. And moving to second is Montgomery, but staying at third is Vargas. So Mydrith just kind of dribbled that one that was further away that Susak couldn't get it, and Hauser had to come down, and he ends up making a nice play. And here's Benintendi, who popped out to Chapman to end the second. Pitch is a line drive to right. Coming in is Gilbert, who runs and makes the catch. Benintendi hit it well, but right at the Giants' right fielder. So Hauser pitches out of this mini mess. Giants are coming up. It'll be Arise, Schmidt, and Devers. It's 0-0 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
Here's the thing. Want to be the grandparents who bolted to the burbs or the cool relatives still living in NYC? The city that people come to be at the center of everything. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy has the tools, agents, and guidance to make you a forever New Yorker, too. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow, Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's Byrna, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
When I damaged my car, I was worried it could be a long process to take care of, like a landscaper's first day trimming a hedge maze.
I've definitely already been here.
But the Geico app let me file a claim in under 2 minutes.
It feels good to get help quick. It feels good to Geico.
I'll adopt a cat.
Just a cat, Sean? This is a New York Lottery win we're talking about.
I'd get the ultra-rare, hairless cat known as the Minskin.
Then?
I'd turn my garage into a rescue menagerie for all furless felines.
And when that gets too full?
I'll purchase land in the Catskills for them to sunbathe in hairless abandon.
Only cats?
All hair-free animals looking to roam in bald, beautiful peace.
Can I come?
Do you have hair?
New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE.
Fourth inning. Arise, Schmidt, and Devers. Good spot for the Giants to get on the board. Arise takes the low. 1 ball and 1 strike. He hit a fly ball to left in his only other at bat. So Fetty kicks and throws, and it's high. 2 balls and a strike. The opener for the White Sox was a left-hander by the name of Brian Hudson. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Moving back is Kelnick. And it's over his head. And it rolls out the Triples alley. And on the move is Arise. He's going to hit third. And Wotus is going to tell him to hold up as the ball goes all the way through. And that's a leadoff triple. And it's a good time to pause for station identification. This is the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
This is the flagship of Giants baseball.
Double play!
KNBR and KNBR-FS San Francisco, the sports leader.
Here's the pitch to Schmidt with the infield in, and he takes a strike. I'm Dwayne Kuiper along with John Miller, who's over on the TV side. Darren Chan is here. Dave Fleming is on assignment. And the pitch. And Schmidt takes another strike. So now it's 0-2. This is always a case where if you're that hitter and there's nobody out and a man at third, don't leave it up to the next guy. And Schmidt's still got a strike to play with. And here it comes. And it's in the dirt. Good block by Romo. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Devers to follow, and then Chapman. As I mentioned, the infield is all the way in. Schmidt hits a high pop-up foul. This one will sail about 5 rows into the upper deck, and then it bounces all the way down to the lower deck where there's a mad scramble. And we'll do it again. Is Fetty's ready? And the right-hander throws. And a swing and a high fly ball to deep right field. On the track is Kelnick. He catches. Here comes a rise. And the Giants lead 1-0. Good at bat for Casey Schmidt. We never, ever take for granted sacrifice flies. RBI number 24 for Schmidt. So now the bases are empty with 1 out, and here's Devers, who struck out in the second. Devers hammers one, fair down the right field line. It's going to kick out to Kelnick, and with that, Devers has to stop at first. But boy, did he smoke that one on the first pitch. Where that wall down the right field line, that short side wall, where it jets out, and when it hits that wall, it just, that angle, it carries the ball right to the outfielder, and that's exactly what happened. So here's Chapman. And the pitch, and Chapman swings and pops this one back and out of play. Fetty wants a new baseball, and he gets it. So here's Fetty. He's ready. He's at the belt. Devers with a short lead. The pitch. Chapman, a ground ball, right field, base hit. Devers is going to go for 3. Here's the throw to third. It's on line. He made it. And into second sliding is Chapman. A gamble by Rafi Devers to go first to third with Kelnick, who's got a pretty good arm in right field, and he made it. So now the Giants putting more pressure on these White Sox. But Devers really never hesitated. This is a Habas Law mound visit. Is Zach Bove, the White Sox pitching coach. Went out, visited, had his words, and now he's back in the dugout as Susak stands in, and it looks like the White Sox, at least up the middle, are going to play back. The pitch to Susak. Swinging a shot to left field. That's a base hit. Devers scores. Here comes Chapman. Here's the throw. He's going to score. Susak knocks them both in, and the Giants lead 3-0. One thing we've learned about Daniel Susak is he is not shy at all about swinging at the first pitch. So the Giants, remember the Giants had 9 runs tacked onto them in the fourth inning last night. Well, now they've tacked on 3 in the fourth inning to the Sox as Eldridge takes a strike. Eldridge had a base hit in the third inning at around 110 exit velocity. Here's the pitch, and it's low. So Fetty, who came in for Hudson, had a perfect 2-hitter inning in the second. Help of a double play, had a good inning in the third. Eldridge with a swing and a foul. That's to the backstop. And it's 1-2. But this inning, a difference. The Giants have 4 hits this inning, a triple and 3 singles and a sacrifice fly. See what Eldridge can do. He's behind in the count, 1-2. The pitch. Swinging a foul down the left field line and out of play. Bader on deck. We're in the fourth. Susak at first. The pitch. Strike 3 called, and Eldridge is going to challenge. I mean, the Giants only have 1 challenge left. And he made the call. It's a ball. About 2 inches low. So he survives the challenge, and he will now live to see another pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a flare to right, and a base hit. Susak moves to third. Eldridge didn't hit it that well, but he hit it in a perfect spot. So that's 5 hits here in the fourth. So here's Bader. Bader hit into a double play. 6-4-3 double play in the third. So here he waits, and Fetty throws, and a swing and a pop-up, but it's going to be in the seats. Way back about 30 rows from the Giants on-deck circle, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Susak at second. Eldridge at first. And the pitch to Bader. Swing. You're going to miss, and it's 0-2. A long inning for Eric Fetty, and he deals to Bader. And did he go around on a check swing? He did. As Chris Cuccione, the first base umpire, made the decision that he went around. And here's Drew Gilbert. We're coming to you live from the Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino broadcast booth. Oh, DC breaking it out. So here's Gilbert, who singled in the third, and it's a called strike. I hope you only do that for me. Yeah, thanks. I have no roots in Hawaii other than the fact that I got married there. No balls and 1 strike to Gilbert. The pitch, and it's up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants have scored 3 times here in the fourth. They're obviously trying to pick up a little bit more than that. The pitch to Gilbert. Swinging a chopper, it's right back to the pitcher, Fetty. He will jog to first, then underhand it, and that'll end the inning. So, Giants fans are happy. They pick up 3 runs here in the fourth. We'll head to the fifth. It's the Giants 3, the White Sox nothing on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants radio network.
Choose to lean into it. Every Mazda is engineered to give you effortless control.
I wake up.
You gotta ask yourself, want to talk about the time you lived in the greatest city on earth, or still live in it? In the city where a matinee leads to 2 a.m. tacos, your New York era can last a lifetime. With 20 years of NYC know-how, Street Easy can help you become a forever New Yorker. Visit StreetEasy.com to buy or rent in NYC. Street Easy is an assumed name of Zillow Inc., which has licenses in all 50 states.
In baseball, great teams know one thing. Smart defense wins championships. The same is true when it comes to protecting yourself. That's why more Americans are starting with Byrna Less Lethal. Byrna Less Lethal personal protection products are designed to stop an attacker for up to 40 minutes, giving you time to get to safety and call for help. Byrna is proudly American and hand-assembled in Fort Wayne, Indiana. Play smarter defense. Visit Byrna.com today. That's B-Y-R-N-A, Byrna.com. Purchase and shipping restrictions vary by state and municipality. Go to Byrna.com to check availability at your location.
First, I take a sabbatical, then do absolutely nothing.
Glorious. But what? You'd win the New York lottery, then do nothing?
Well, I'd also commission a cutting-edge mobile bed, so I never stop doing nothing, even when I leave my house.
Okay, but how can you do even less?
Well, spend 6 months living with a Honduran Capuchin monkey troupe to learn how to pick things up with my feet, so I never have to lift a finger again.
Oh, you'll be a hit at dinner parties. New York Lottery. Can you imagine? Play today. Please play responsibly. Must be 18 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Giants 3, it's the White Sox nothing. Here's Kelnick, who takes a strike. It'll be the bottom three in this White Sox lineup, Kelnick, Peters, and Romo. So Adrian Hauser has the lead, and Kelnick hits a high fly ball. Schmidt going back, still going back. He's going to play it off the bottom of the wall. He recovers and he gets it into second base, but it'll be a leadoff double. So the White Sox trying to answer back, and Kelnick opens up the inning with a two-bagger. So here's Peters. Peters had a single in the third. And the pitch. And Peters tries to get after it. And then he tried to check it, and then he couldn't. And I think it was a called strike anyway. So it's no balls, and one strike is Hauser. Gets the ball back, and he throws. And it's down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Drew Romo. Giants 3, White Sox nothing. Inning number 5. Double look to second, and the pitch. Swinging a foul to the left side into the club level. And it stays at 1-2. Boy, beautiful day. First pitch was 65 degrees. Really not a cloud in the sky. Kind of a brisk wind at 13 or 14 miles per hour. The 1-2. Swinging another pop-up. This one again headed to the club level. Third base side. One and two. Hauser again takes a peek at second. And the pitch. Ooh, inside, and Peters just barely got out of the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hauser at the belt. Hauser looks to second and throws, and there's a foul straight back off the screen. .60 pitches thrown now by Adrian Hauser, with nobody out here in the 5th and a runner at second. Susak goes through a set of signs. And the pitch. Swinging a flare to right. Leaping is the rise. He can't get it. It'll be a base hit for Peters. And once again, the White Sox now have runners at first and third. This time with nobody out. The fourth inning, it was with one out. And Hauser got out of it. So the bottom of the lineup is definitely set things up. Drew Romo, the catcher, struck out in the third. And Hauser throws, and Romo takes high and wide. 1 ball and no strikes. White Sox trying to get on the board. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and Romo way out in front. Looked like it was a changeup, and he just got a piece, and it trickled to the backstop to even at a count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the order on deck for this Chicago team is Hauser. Sets, looks to third, throws, and it's a strike on the outside corner. A good placed fastball. It's 1-2. Giants 3, White Sox nothing. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And it's a high pop-up foul down the left field line and out of play. So it's 1-2. At third is Kelnick. At first is Peters. And the pitch. And it's inside, a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Hauser having to work. He had to work in the 4th inning. And he's back at it again here in the 5th. And now the number of pitches is starting to add up. The 2-2 to Romo is high and wide. It's 3-2. He obviously does not want to walk the 9th place hitter to load the bases to get to the top of the order. So you would figure this would be something that Romo could swing at. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot on the ground and a base hit right past Devers. 1 run is going to score. The runner at first, Peters, is going to go to third, where he will make it on a slide, and all the White Sox do right now is just change places, and it's 3-1. You got a high fastball up, and Romo just drove it right past Raffy Devers, and that's going to bring out the Giants pitching coach, Justin Message. This is a Habas Law mound visit. Also gives us a chance to tell you that weekends at Oracle Park, well, they're a little extra tasty. It's called the Coca-Cola Weekend 4-Pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 Coca-Cola beverages. It's available for any Friday, Saturday, or Sunday home game, including tomorrow. And you can buy this online at sfgiants.com/weekend. Pretty significant amount of pitches thrown in the 4th, and now here in the 5th. The pitch. And it's a little low. Boy, these pitches are close. And it's 3-1. On deck is Miguel Vargas. See if Murakami gets something to hit. Here it comes. Swinging a high foul down the left field line. A 95-mile-an-hour sinker that was in on the hands. So maybe 3-2 you'll see Antonacci go. There's his lead. He does not go. Swing and a miss. He got him. 5 strikeouts for Hauser. And here's Vargas. So the former Brewer, Hauser, picks up his, try to trick the umpire a little bit into getting that in the strike zone. And when he snatched it, he missed it. So here's the 1-1, and a swing and a foul back. It's 1-2, which puts the potential tying run now in scoring position in Ananachi. So Matt Gage is the new pitcher here in the 5th inning. The White Sox have scored 3 times to match what the Giants did in the bottom of the 4th, and Gage is now facing Montgomery, and Montgomery takes a pitch just off the plate. Both teams with 3 runs now, and both teams with 7 hits. Gage throws, and Montgomery with a real uppercut swing and a miss, and that evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the bottom of the order really got it going for Chicago here in this 5th inning. And the pitch, swing and a miss by Montgomery. It's 1-2. Gage came back with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Montgomery's been an RBI guy for this White Sox team. I mean, coming in, he's got 31. Murakami's the only one who's got more with 36. A big, strong shortstop hitting cleanup. The pitch is low and away, 2-2. Which, I mean, you don't see many. Under Troy Tulowitzki comes to mind. Ripken, of course, could clean up. I mean, there are a few. 2-2. The pitch to Montgomery. Strike 3 call, and that'll end the inning as Montgomery throws the bat down in disgust. But the White Sox do some damage. They score 3 times here in the 5th. It's all tied up at 3-3 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants radio network.
You're crossing the street when you're hit by a car. In between surgeries, doctor's visits, and trying to make ends meet, you have a million what-ifs. What if I can't go back to work or pay my bills? But the most important question isn't what if, it's what now. At Walk Personal Injury Law, we've been answering that question since 1959. Justice takes more than a fighter. You need a champion. Visit walkuplaw.com or call 866-WALK-UP-LAW.
Ready for your next adventure? Welcome to the San Francisco International Airport, your gateway to the world. With over 130 domestic and international destinations, SFO offers seamless travel experiences, stunning art installations, and delicious dining options. Whether you're flying for business or pleasure, our state-of-the-art facilities make your journey smoother than ever. And don't forget to explore our unique shops and local flavors.
Pack your bags and take off from San Francisco International Airport, where every journey begins with a warm welcome.
SFO, your adventure awaits.
The future is not built on yesterday's tech. It's built with AirWallex, the AI
AI-native financial platform that sets the standard for what's next. That's why your San Francisco Giants have chosen Airwallex as their official financial software partner. So when big moments arrive, they can take big swings. Airwallex delivers real-time money movement, borderless payment acceptance, and intelligent spend controls, giving your business the speed, control, and visibility to outperform. Airwallex, build the future. Huge savings are here at Stevens Creek Volkswagen. Explore a massive lineup from the all-electric ID.Buzz to the Taos, Atlas, Jetta, and more. Fun to drive, easy to love, and priced to move. Don't wait. Drive in today and save big at Stevens Creek Volkswagen.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Back here at Oracle Park, a 3-3 game. And here's Willie Adames on the pitch. And Adames takes low and away for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. So Eric Fetty with new life. He got dinged for 3 runs in the 4th. Throws the 1-0 pitch. And Adames hits a very high short fly ball into center field, and coming in is Peters, who makes the one-handed catch, 1 out. That'll bring up Arise, who tripled in the 4th inning. Well, don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up June 5th through the 7th. And what it's doing is it's encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. Visit playball.org to register for a free event near you. That's playball.org. And register. The pitch to Arise is a strike, and it's 0-1. We're in the bottom of inning number 5. This is the home half of the 5th. The pitch to Arise, and he takes a little low. Been a number of games today, and we have 3 finals as Arise takes a bit outside on our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. The Cardinals beat the Reds 8-1 in Cincinnati. And the Astros shut out the red-hot Cubs 3-0. And a line drive and another hit for Arise. This one into right center field. And he will be on first base with 1 out. He continues to hit, coming in to this game hitting .321. Actually just 2 finals. The other 2 games, the weather in the East must be bad. Here's Schmidt, who takes a strike. The Yankees and Rays in New York rained out, and the Orioles and Tigers in Baltimore. And Vargas lost it, waved at it, missed it, and into second, sliding is Chapman. Vargas was struggling with it the whole time. In all honesty, it's Montgomery that's got to help him out, the shortstop. And Vargas, who doesn't have any sunglasses, was trying to shade his eyes with his glove, and he whiffed. So it'll be a double for Chapman. He'll happily take it. And here's Susak, who knocked in 2 runs with a hit in the 4th. And here he takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. But usually that shortstop can move over and call you off. So 1-0 to Susak, and the pitch. And Susak takes low and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Susak, he's going to try to make this hurt. Fetty throws. Oh, that was a breaking ball. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but called the ball. It's 3-0. Now, first base is open. I mean, if Fetty wants to pitch to the rookie Eldridge, he can do that. Although he's got a rookie at the plate right now in Susak. The pitch. Susak takes ball 4. Suck didn't walk a lot. I don't think he particularly likes to. And here's Eldridge. Pitching coach Zach Bove is going out. Well, Monday, that's only a couple of days away, is Memorial Day, and it'll be the D-backs to start a 3-game series. The matinee on Monday is 2 p.m. And then the series will continue on Tuesday night, and then another day game on Wednesday. So get your tickets, Giants D-backs, at sfgiants.com/tickets. Plus, look, I don't want to make too much of this, but the D-backs just hurt the Giants on this last trip. So, I mean, you want to think that maybe the Giants would like to hurt them back? So here's Eldridge, who's 2 for 2. And the pitch. And he takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Eldridge has got 2 singles. Giants have runners at first and second. The pitch. And Eldridge takes high. Petty's got a base open. It's at third. I mean, if he wants to go after Bader, he could do that. And we'll know here if Eldridge gets anything to hit. The pitch. And kind of a half swing. It may have been in the strike zone anyway. It's 2-1. .82 pitches for Fetty. The look to second, the pitch. And it's strike 2 call right on the outside corner. So now, if you're Eldridge, you can't play around. There's a runner out there in scoring position. And the 2-2. And it's high and away. Ball 3. By the way, that last mound visit was a Habas Law mound visit. Runners will be on the move. It's 3-2. So here's Fetty. The pitch. And it's ball 4. So it turns out to be a nice at-bat for Eldridge, who battled. Jordan Leisure, a right-hander, is in the bullpen getting loose, and now Romo looks like he's going out to give Leisure in the bullpen some time. For the K Counter, sponsored by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car running or not, well, it can be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a vacation voucher and a maximum tax deduction. So the K Counter. We'll go with the number of strikeouts for Adrian Hauser. He was piling them up pretty good there for a while. He had 5 in 4 in a third innings. So, well, it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher. So we're going to take a break. We'll let you know who it is when we come back. Casey Smith's home run makes it a 5-3 lead for the Giants.
Memorial Day weekend, the beginning of summer, and the first big sales event for the new TVs. Samsung, LG, and Sony dominate the ratings again this year. And this weekend, you can save up to $500 on their top-rated models. Where will you get the best deal on these new models? At Video Only, where all the smart shoppers go. Before you buy a new TV, check out Video Only, or you'll be sorry.
It's hybrid month and our Memorial Day sale all month long at El Cerrito Honda. Drive right past the pump in a new Honda hybrid and get up to 600 miles of range on a single tank. Choose from the sporty Civic Hybrid, the spacious CRV Hybrid, or the smooth, sophisticated Accord Hybrid. Visit El Cerrito Honda on San Pablo Avenue, just off of I-80. Online at elcerritohonda.com. Hybrid headquarters in the home of the Memorial Day sale all May long. More than just a car dealership, we're family.
So Jordan Leisure is your new pitcher. He comes in to face Harrison Bader. This will be his 17th appearance. And the pitch, and Bader takes just a bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bader is hit into a double play and he's struck out. It's Chapman, Susac, and Eldridge. And the 1-0. And Bader, it's a high pop-up right in foul territory coming down the third base line. And it almost hits Vargas in the head as it falls right in front of his feet. Vargas having a horrible time with pop-ups. And again, no sunglasses. And he's doing whatever he can without glasses. And he tried to cover his head, and he almost got hit in the head. It was foul by about 10 feet. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. And it's low and away, 2-1. I mean, some guys, maybe they just don't like sunglasses. But if you're on the anywhere on defense, you got to have it. Here's the 2-1. And Bader takes high, 3-1. So Leisure's got to come in. Bader knows it. We all know it. Here it comes. Swinging a fly ball. Center field hit well. Peters back at the wall. Out of here! Bader with a grand slam. And this place is going bananas. He steps on home plate. High fives all the way around. And it's now 9-3. Man, second chances, third chances, and the Giants make the White Sox pay in a big way. And here's Gilbert. And the pitch to Gilbert is a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Gilbert is singled and he's rolled back to the pitcher. The pitch. And it's low again, 2-0. The guy who made the first out of the inning is on deck. This has been a 6-run 5th inning. Here's the 2-0 delivery to Gilbert. And he takes inside, 3-0. So Leisure throws the 3-0 pitch, and Gilbert taking it all the way, takes a strike. Bader's 5th of the year, and a quick 4 RBIs. Here's the 3-1 to Gilbert. Gilbert tries one right center field. On the move is Peters, and he's going to reach up out towards Triple's alley and make the catch. Giants drop a 6 spot. They lead 9-3 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
You've worked hard to build your savings, but when was the last time someone reviewed your plan? Many people approaching retirement discover gaps in their planning, from taxes to retirement income planning. The advisors at Liberty Group help individuals take a closer look at the decisions that shape their financial future. To learn more, call 866-PROTECT or visit libertygroupllc.com.
Investment advisory services are offered by Liberty Wealth Management, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Past performance is no indication of future results. Investment involves risk.
Being a Giants fan has always been a huge part of my life. It got even bigger when I met Tiffany, also a Giants fan. We had our first date at a Giants game. We had our wedding right here at the ballpark. And when we had our son, well, he's been to 30 games before he turned 1. So us Giants fans became a Giants family.
Bank of America champions Giants fans and everyone who dares to ask, what would you like the power to do? Bank of America, the official bank of the San Francisco Giants. Copyright 2026, Bank of America Corporation, all rights reserved.
Hey everyone, it's Amy G for Golden State Lumber and Showroom. They're relied upon by professional builders and contractors because when the job's on the line, they need a partner who can deliver. With locations at every corner of the bay and an extensive inventory, they can provide what you need when you need it. And their experienced sales team can help you get the job done right. Visit goldenstatelumber.com. Since 1954, Golden State Lumber and Showroom. When you succeed, we succeed.
Save on your favorite flavors at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill. This week, members can take home large packs of Rayleigh's fresh 80% lean ground beef for $3.97 a pound, limit 2. No need to clip. Just enter your something extra number at checkout to save. Only at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill.
Now back to Giants Gloves Poppin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Giants with a 9-3 lead is Chase Mydroth, who's going to lead things off against Matt Gage on the pitch, and Mydroth with a bunt and a pop-up straight back and out of play. The home run tracker is sponsored by Belmont Pioneer, built on relationships, built to last. Visit belmontpioneer.com. The distance on Harrison Bader's home run is 425 feet, and it was hit at 106. 0-1 to Mydroth, the pitch. Swinging a shot into the hole past Giants third baseman Matt Chapman. And just like that, the White Sox have their first hitter on here in the 6th inning. So here's Andrew Benindetti, who's 0 for 2. It started to take a look at what's going on around the major leagues on our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. Not many games going on right now. A lot of games that'll start later. Benindetti fouls the first pitch back and out of play. In Boston, the Twins are leading the Red Sox 4-1. That game is in the middle of the 6th inning. Marlins are shutting out the Mets in Florida 4-0. That game is in the 7th. Benindetti takes down low. In the 5th inning, in Atlanta, the Nationals are leading 2-0. In the 8th inning in Kansas City, the Royals are shutting out the Mariners 5-0. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Benindetti takes outside. A final in Toronto. The Blue Jays beat the Pirates 5-2. Two balls and a strike with nobody out. Runner at first. Gage throws. Swinging a foul back. 2-2. Games that will start a little later. The Reds and Cardinals will start pretty soon. Games that will start tonight here on the West Coast. The Padres will host the Athletics. The D-backs in Arizona will host the Rockies. And Benindetti, a swing. I'm going to miss. Out number 1 here in the 6th inning. Gage with his second strikeout. Also, here on the West Coast, the Angels will take on the Rangers. And I guess we're getting a pinch hitter. So Randall Gritchett is going to hit. When Gritchett has moved around, he manages to stay in the big leagues. He's been a good player wherever he's gone. And here he's with the White Sox. So Gritchett going to hit. He's hitting .245 with 4 home runs. He's got 10 runs batted in. A White Sox runner at first with 1 out. Gritchett, a right-handed hitter. Gage now throws, and Gritchett takes high and wide. It was, by the way, our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. I did mention Astros winning over the Cubs 3-0. Cardinals over the Reds 8-1. The pitch, but it hits high off of that screen down the right field line, which automatically makes it out of play for Drew Gilbert. We're coming to you live from the Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino broadcast booth. Here's the 2-2 pitch to Gritchett. Swinging a foul back. There's some traditions just, they can't be messed with. DC and I, we have our own traditions. That's one of them. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. On a breaking ball down and in, and Gritchett tried to hold up. Hey, let's pause for station identification. This is the Liberty Group, Protect Your Assets, Giants Radio Network.
When the game is over, hear the post-game wrap with John, Dave, Kruk, and Kite on KNBR and KNBR FM, San Francisco.
I'm Dwayne Kuiper along with John Miller. Darren Chan is here in the booth, as he always is. With a pair of new shoes, by the way. Dave Fleming is on assignment. Dave is going to another country. That's all we're going to tell you. He's hit it big, that Dave Fleming. Dave had his twin girls here in the booth yesterday. How time flies. Derek Hill is the pinch hitter. The former Giant, as he rolls the first pitch foul. Hill, I think it was 2024. Had like maybe 12 at bats or so. Giants were a little short on outfielders at that time. But here he is in the big leagues with the White Sox, and it's 0-1. The pitch. And he shows bunt. Did he go after it? He did not. And it's a ball and a strike. The White Sox are the one team that we've seen this year that they're not afraid to bunt. And it usually comes from the people at the bottom of the lineup. One ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. And it's a bit high. Hill steps out, but now quickly back in. You don't get a lot of time to do much of anything when you're at the plate these days. The pitch, swing and a miss, 2-2. I mean, everybody's on the clock. The hitter's on the clock, pitcher's on the clock. And we don't see many violations, hardly at all. Giants are coming up with the 6th. Giants are coming up with the 6th. They lead 9-3 on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
Brian Murphy here for River Islands in Lathrop, where a new kind of lifestyle is taking shape, and the time to get in is now. The homes at River Islands are built for the way you actually want to live. So whether you're a young professional looking for a sleek home office and an open kitchen made for hosting, or you're ready to enjoy the next chapter at Del Webb's premier active adult neighborhood, there's something here for you. Price from the low 600s to over $1 million. The variety is real and the options won't last. The town center is coming together beautifully. The Redwood Cafe opens this fall. A brand new community amphitheater is under construction, and Sutter Health's medical office building is coming soon. Enjoy the sunshine on one of the many scenic lakes or parks, or enjoy a run, stroll, or bike ride on the trails along the San Joaquin River. This community is growing fast, and the best time to make your move is before everyone else does. Come see the homes, walk the neighborhoods, and find the one that fits. Start your search today at riverislands.com.
This is Vanessa Deniston, senior attorney at the Dolan Law Firm.
The Dolan Law Firm handles a diverse line of cases from personal injury to employment law.
We're proud to say the Dolan Law Firm is just as diverse in our attorneys and staff. The Dolan Law Firm consistently achieves outstanding results with over $1 billion in verdicts and settlements.
The Dolan Law Firm, the best, most diverse personal injury and employment law firm we hope you'll never need.
Contact us at dolanlawfirm.com.
Raising kids with smartphones isn't easy. Heavy social media use affects kids' sleep, confidence, and mental health. Learn how to guide kids toward a healthier balance at carsforkids.org/parenting, because smart kids need informed parents.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
So Jordan Leisure goes back out here in the sixth inning, bottom of the sixth, 9-3 Giants. And Willie Adames jumps back from an inside fastball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Arise the follow, and then Schmidt, the pitch. Adames fouls it back. He likes that pitch away, and that's what he went after, and he hit it right off the screen behind home plate. So Jordan Leisure at the belt and the pitch. And it's a belt high strike. And it's 1-2. He had it. Mike and I over on the TV side about an hour before the 1 o'clock start, we had a visitor. And it's been a guy that we've really wanted to see a number of times over the years, but it just hasn't happened. Here's the 1-2 to Adames, and a big swing. He's going to miss for out number 1, and that'll bring up a rise. And that's Max Venable, William Venable, the manager for this White Sox team, is obviously Max is his father, and his mom Molly is here. So anyway, Max comes into the booth as this is grounded up the middle, and on the backhand is Mydruth at second, and he throws to first for out number 2, and that'll bring up Schmidt. So we probably spent 20 minutes, half hour with Max, and I'm honestly telling you that Max is easily one of our Mike and I's top 10 teammates over the years. Super guy. Schmidt takes high, hit a home run in the 5th inning. And Max was part of the Giants from 1979 through 83, was traded right after spring training in 1984. And Schmidt takes a strike. He traded to Montreal. And we were really unhappy to see him go. He was just first class and everything, got a big smile, came to the yard happy every day. Here's the 1-1 to Schmidt, and Schmidt hits a soft line drive into left field, a base hit. Schmidt's got his second hit, a single. And now he's 2 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. The Giants got Max Venable in a Rule 5 draft. That was in 1978. And then that trade that I was talking about happened in 1984. It was Max, Fred Brining. Here's Devers, and he takes high. And Andy McGaffigan. Those three for, I think everybody remembers this name, the all-time Pirate and great hitter, Al Oliver. So that's how we got Al Oliver. I forgot that. Devers, 1 for 3. His fly ball in the 5th was right at the wall in center field. There's a healthy swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. So anyway, a little bit about one of our all-time favorites, Max Venable, who's here today with his wife Molly watching. They're here this weekend to watch his son William. The 1-1. And Devers hits a pop-up. It's right around the home plate area. And now it could be fair, and it falls. And Devers didn't run to throw to first, and he's safe. Devers realized that that pop-up would have a chance of coming back because it started out in foul territory, so he was just watching it. And then he saw the first baseman, Murakami, battling it and took off, and really would have been thrown out if the throw had been good.
Chicago's challenging the safe call at first base.
The second baseman took the throw from Murakami, and now they're challenging the call at first, and it may be that he is out after this challenge. I mean, it was close. It was whether or not Mydrith stayed on the bag or not. And he may have. But it wasn't a classic case of Devers not running because he wasn't hustling. He wasn't running because he never thought that ball would be fair. So some of the White Sox players are walking off the field before they make this call. They think that Mydrith did indeed, after the stretch, somehow go back and touch the bag. But this was taking a while, so somebody's taking a long, hard look at it. And a lot of things happening on that. And remember, the call is safe, so they have to be certain that the call is off before they can change it. Yeah, sometimes these take a little bit longer than you think they really should, but I know you want to get it right. Meanwhile, the guy that really gets hurt on this the most is the pitcher, because he's just kind of standing around. It would be the final out here in the 6th inning. Pop-ups have been an issue for the White Sox today. And it's kind of interesting now as we look down on the field. Vargas, the third baseman, now has sunglasses on. Still waiting.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is out.
So
Chicago will retain their challenge.
They've called Devers out. It'll go 3-4 on the out. That'll end the inning. It'll end my stay here on the radio. I'll head back over to the TV side. John Miller will be in to take you the rest of the way. The Giants are leading in this one by a score of 9-3 on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets, Giants Radio Network.
Looking for parking for the next Giants game? Don't strike out. With Spot Hero, there's a great parking spot at a great rate, just a tap away. Just visit SpotHero.com or download the free Spot Hero app. Find, book, and pay for your parking before the first pitch. And it's not just for game day. Spot Hero has you covered for work, downtown dining, or even the airport. Use promo code GIANTS10 for 10% off your first booking. That's GIANTS10 for 10% off.
Here's a real behind-the-scenes moment with Habas Law. Omar Habas said to us, "We meet people in the hardest moments of their lives. It's on us to restore dignity and a financial future. Traumatic brain injuries, loss of a limb, spinal cord damage, a life changed in seconds. When everything is on the line, choose the team that understands that. Habas Law, they fight to make it right. Visit habaslaw.com. Omar Habas is a California licensed attorney, offices in Northern California, including San Jose. Past results do not guarantee future outcomes.
In 2026, the stakes have never been higher. Get ready, because we're giving away $4 million. From massive cash drawings to luxury prizes, this is your year to win big. $4 million in prizes, dozens of ways to win all year long. Only at Chukchansi Gold Resort and Casino, where every day could be the day.
Donate your car to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS-4-KIDS today or go to cars4kids.com to schedule a free pickup within 24 hours. Make a difference in the life of a child and donate today. Cars for Kids is also accepting boats, motorcycles, and real estate donations.
Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
John Miller back with you here at Oracle Park. 7th inning, the Giants ahead 9-3, and Sam Hentges, the huge left-hander, 6 feet 8 inches tall, in from the bullpen and throws a first pitch called strike to Drew Romo. Fastball right down the middle. Romo, switch hitter, batting right-handed. Now a curveball that's in there for a called strike too. Giants leading 9-3. Romo singled home a run, the first White Sox run of the afternoon, back in the 5th inning, and he is 1 for 2 in the game. Here's Hentges at the belt. He throws, and a curve that bounces in the dirt. 7th inning. After this half inning, it will be the 7th inning stretch. Sponsored by Supercuts, real smart hair. Now a fastball, a little bit high, maybe a little bit in. Two and two the count. And here is a ball that misses. 3-2. So Hentges needs a strike here with the top of the order coming up. 3-2 pitch. And he missed it off the inside. Man, he jumped ahead of him with 2 called strikes and missed with every other pitch. Matt Gage, his predecessor on the mound, went 1 1/3, no runs, 1 hit allowed, and had 4 strikeouts, including 3 in a row to end the 6th inning. A shutdown inning. The inning after which the Giants had gone ahead with their 6-run 5th. And ball 1 to Antonacci, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI. Takes a called strike on the inside. Giants 9, White Sox 3. After Antonacci, the power hitters come up. Timeout is asked for by Antonacci. First half of the 7th, as always, is sponsored by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Got lucky 7s in your future? Here's a pitch for your next weekend getaway. Head to Cache Creek Casino Resort. Your getaway awaits. Now here's a slider. In for a strike, and it's going to be challenged here by Antonacci, and he's going to lose. It just barely caught the black on the outside edge. And show it on the big screen in center. more of the ball out of the strike zone than in, but it just has to touch any part of the defined strike zone, and it just barely did. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Going outside for a ball. The White Sox have one challenge remaining. Runner at first, nobody out. Henches sets and throws. Bounced foul just off to the right toward Murakami, who's on deck. So far for the Giants, the call of the game. Now, Schmidt hit a 2-run homer to give them the lead in the 5th inning, and then the coup de grace, that 6-run rally. Kyle Schwarber leading the major leagues with 20 home runs. Murakami with 17 homers leading the American League. Foul off to the left side of the backstop screen, and the count is quickly 0-2. Murakami has twice bounced back to the pitcher, and then he struck out in the 5th inning. All of those at-bats were against the starter, Adrick. Veers over to his right and makes the catch right next to Susak, the catcher, who was in the vicinity. A walk and a man left. No runs. 7th inning stretch time now with Chapman coming up. The Giants 9, the White Sox 3 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Enjoy 3 days of savings at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill. Now through Sunday, Something Extra members can take home 8 ears of California-grown sweet corn for just $1, limit 8. Twin packs of Rayleigh's USDA Choice Beef Boneless Untrimmed Tri-Tip Roast are $4.99 a pound, limit 2. And members can get select varieties of Dreyer's Ice Cream Pints for 2 for $5, limit 4. No need to clip. Just enter your Something Extra number at checkout to save. Savings made simple. This Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Only at Rayleigh's in Nob Hill.
Ready to step up to the plate for an unforgettable getaway? At Cache Creek Casino Resort, the thrill of the game meets exhilarating gaming, dining, and pure indulgence. Just a short drive away. As proud partners of the San Francisco Giants, we know how to hit it big. Cash in at Cache Creek, where the action never stops and the luxury never ends. Visit CacheCreek.com and play in style. Please play responsibly.
With the American Express Platinum Card, I can unlock experiences like no other. Since I'm always booking my next trip, I love that I can earn points on travel. Plus, I get a Resi benefit, so you know I'm hitting the restaurants everyone's talking about. And you can find out your welcome offer after you apply, which could be as high as 175,000 points. For experiences like no other, there's nothing like Platinum. Learn more at americanexpress.com/explore-platinum. Terms apply.
When life throws you curves, we hit grand slams. At Ayala Morgan & Bizard, we've recovered millions for injury victims. From fender benders to major accidents, we swing big. Call 866-465-2999 or visit amb.law.
Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Now we move to the last half of the 7th inning. The Giants ahead 9-3. Trevor Richards comes in for the White Sox bullpen now. A right-hander. He's the 4th White Sox pitcher to be utilized by manager Will Venable today. Matt Chapman will lead off against him. Right-hander against right-hander. Chapman swings at a high fastball and lofts a high foul that will reach well back into the lower deck, out of play behind the visiting on-deck circle. Strike one. Chapman has struck out looking. He's had a single and a run scored, and he's hit a pop fly double and scored a run. Now he swings and lifts another high foul off to the right. Way back into the second deck. Strike two. Susak on deck, and then Eldridge due up third in the inning. Giants 9, White Sox 3, last of the 7th. Here's the stretch, and Richards to the plate. And he's low and outside. A check swing by Chapman. Appealed to Guccione, the first base umpire. No swing. That was a changeup, and it just plummeted. It must be that, what do they call that? The jump? Is it the jump chain? What's that? Here's the pitch, and that's low for a ball. Where's Dave when I need him? He knows. The changeup that just plummets downward. 2-2 the count. The pitch on the way. Fastball. And it's outside for a ball. Three-two pitch. Popped up foul coming back above our heads and upstairs. 3-2. There's a woman who's wearing her earphones here in the second deck down below us. When I was trying to remember the word for that changeup, she looked at me like, "Don't you know anything?" And they pay you. 3-2 pitch, swing, and there's a high foul off the left field line. And that will go well back out of play. Left fielder Antonacci was chasing over just in case and shading his eyes all the way. 3-2 to Chapman. Giants ahead 9-3. Now there's one over the head of Chapman. He tried another changeup. And that one just kind of sailed right over the head of Chapman. Not really close to being a strike. Third walk drawn by the Giants today. And here comes Andrew Susac. Daniel Susac, his brother was Andrew, and Daniel Susac takes a ball too high. And Andrew slips in every once in a while. I think Andrew appreciates it up there in Sacramento whenever it happens. Susac got a big hit in the fourth, a two-run single. Now he fouls one back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Daniel struck out in the second. 2-run single in the fourth. That made it a 3-0 Giants lead at the time. And then he walked and scored a run. He scored on the grand slam a little bit later in the inning when Bader capped out that big rally. There's a foul out of play off to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chapman, the runner at first. He's been on base 3 straight times today with a single and a double and now a walk. White Sox have had a terrible time of it on pop-ups, mainly pop-ups. They've had, I think, 3 different pop-ups that have fallen, including one that would have been an out for Bader back in the 5th inning. He kept his at-bat alive because it was in foul ground. And then a little bit later, he hit the grand slam. There's a check swing on a ball in the dirt. 2-2 now to Daniel Susac. Tomorrow's game, a 1:05 first pitch. Robbie Ray for the Giants, and a young guy, a left-hander named Noah Schultz will go for the White Sox. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3 call. Well, a fastball on the inside, and maybe he just was out and out guessing about some other kind of a pitch. Couldn't get a swing off on that fastball. So 1 out. Bryce Eldridge, he has not been retired today. He's had 2 singles, both coming with 2 strikes, and he's walked. Now he tops a bouncer foul on a changeup. Had him out in the front foot. Little off balance, strike 1. Eldridge had an 11-pitch at bat. And on the 11th pitch in the 3rd inning, got a base hit. And earlier in the at-bat, he'd hit a foul ball homer. Now he swings and misses on another changeup. Well, Richards has thrown him 2 changeups and gotten 2 quick strikes. 1 out, runner at first. Giants ahead 9-3. Another changeup. And that is low and outside. Here it comes. Fouled back to the screen. And after giving him 3 straight changeups, that was a fastball at 93 miles an hour. Now, here it is, and that's high and tight. By the way, I did look it up. That new changeup is called the kick change. And what the kick has to do with it, I don't know. There goes the runner. There's a swing and a high fly ball out into medium right center field. Circling over to his right, and under it is the White Sox right fielder Grichuk for the catch. Back to first goes Chapman. And by the way, just as I was saying that, I got a text from Javi Lopez to tell me that it was the kick change. Thanks, Javi. So now here is Harrison Bader. Look out. Wow, a fastball high and tight right toward his chin. First pitch he's seen since he hit the grand slam. Bader, who also hit a grand slam in Sacramento last Sunday. Now he takes in there for a called strike with a changeup. 1-1. The kick change is a new hybrid pitch that blends changeup spin with splitter-like downward movement. Hayden Birdsong was the guy who was throwing it for the Giants. Now here's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. 1-2 the count. The kick change. Now the set, the 1-2 pitch. Swing, a line drive up the middle. Diving into shallow center is the second baseman. He gloves it, turns and throws in the dirt to first, and it skips on by Murakami and hits off the screen in front of the White Sox dugout. Over to third base goes Chapman. Safe at first is Bader. That was a high changeup, and Bader kind of favors the high pitch. And I believe he gets credit for a hit on that one. And then an error charged for allowing Chapman to go over to third base. So first and third for the Giants with 2 down. First at bat, and he takes a wide one for ball 1. A fastball away from Richard. Giants 9, White Sox 3. That's 13 hits for the Giants in this one now. Adames comes out on deck. Now there's a changeup, a swing, a check swing attempt by Gilbert, but he went around with it. According to Nestor Ceja, the third base umpire, when asked to weigh in, a ball and a strike. Murakami on the bag, holding against Bader at first. Now here's a fastball, overhand fastball on the outside for a called strike 2. That was right down the middle of the plate at the knees. So it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Drew Gilbert. 221 average for young Drew Gilbert so far this year. He's had 95 official at-bats. 1-2 pitch. A changeup. Had him out on the front foot. A high pop-up first base side. And right along the baseline in foul ground, he makes the catch. Giants strand a couple. They lead 9-3 as we go to the 8th inning. Montgomery, then Meidroth coming up for the White Sox. The Giants will go to their bullpen. I think Pagaro will be coming in, a right-hander. On the Liberty Group, protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
It's hybrid month and our Memorial Day sale all month long at El Cerrito Honda. Drive right past the pump in a new Honda hybrid and get up to 600 miles of range on a single tank. Choose from the sporty Civic Hybrid, the spacious CRV Hybrid, or the smooth, sophisticated Accord Hybrid. Visit El Cerrito Honda on San Pablo Avenue, just off of I-80. Online at elcerritohonda.com. Hybrid headquarters in the home of the Memorial Day sale all May long. More than just a car dealership, we're family.
What if you could have the most reliable fiber-powered Wi-Fi? And get this, what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? During the Xfinity Summer Savings Event, now through June 15th, new customers can get our best price on gig Wi-Fi, just $50 a month for 5 years. And get online in minutes with same-day Wi-Fi. It's Wi-Fi that finds and fixes problems before you even notice them, like super intelligent Wi-Fi with a sixth sense. Plus, add one line of Xfinity Mobile Select and you can save an average of $60 a month over Verizon and AT&T. You can even try it free for a year. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities during the Xfinity Summer Savings Event. Get it now at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Taxes and fees extra. Savings based on 1 gig internet and 1 mobile select line compared to similar Verizon and AT&T plans over 5 years. After 12 months, regular rates apply to mobile select. Xfinity internet required. Speeds vary. Use of fiber coaxial cable.
Raising kids with smartphones isn't easy. Heavy social media use affects kids' sleep, confidence, and mental health. Learn how to guide kids toward a healthier balance at carsforkids.org/parenting, because smart kids need informed parents.
Listen to Giants baseball on your smart speaker. Just say play KNBR.
Inning number 8, and it is Joel Peguero, the right-hander, very hard thrower. In for the bullpen for the Giants with Colson Montgomery to lead off. Left-handed hitter with great power. Swings and fouls one back to the screen. A 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Although, and the pitchers will be the first to tell you, you don't get credit for throwing 100 if you don't actually reach 100. You can't just round it off if you're going to get credit for 100. Here's a ball too low. So that first one was actually 99.6. I like to round it off to 100, but not so, say those pitchers. There's a called strike on the outside to Montgomery. Strike 2. That's thrown him a couple of sliders since that first fastball. That one at 93 miles per hour over the outside. Belled high. 1-2 now. Montgomery is struck out. Hit a soft single and struck out looking. The pitch to him. A little topper off the first base side of the mound. Past Peguero, charged by Arias. Flips the ball to first. Out. One away. And here comes Mydroth. The 8th inning is sponsored by Mancini's Sleep World. It's the power of 8. Giants have 8 rings. You need 8 hours of sleep, plus a new mattress every 8 years. Save up to 40% off select mattresses at Mancini's Sleep World. Rest
Pitch is called the ball.
easy.
Catches challenges.
Here's a challenge, a pitch that was a ball to Mydroth, and Susac challenges, and he was right.
Return. San Francisco retains 1 challenge.
Right there on the outside corner. Second time that Susac has challenged and won. It's 3 out of 4 the Giants have challenged and won. There's a bouncer down the third base side. It just kicks foul in front of the bag. Glove behind the bag by Chapman, who went ahead and made a throw to first base. But it was a foul ball. 0-2 to Mydroth, who has grounded to third. Bounced one back to the pitcher, and then he hit a single in the 6th inning. The only hit that was allowed by Matt Gage while he was in there. Giants ahead 9-3, 8th inning, 1 out. The pitch is fouled back to the screen by Mydroth, 24 years old, out of the University of San Diego. Oh, and 2 the count. The pitch comes in, and a foul off to the right, and well back out of play. Sort of an emergency swing there by Mydroth on a 95-mile-an-hour slider from Peguero. Crazy. Again, Peguero ready, throwing, and a slider in the dirt outside, and it skips off the glove of Susac to the backstop. Tomorrow's game, a 1:05 first pitch. Robbie Ray for the Giants against Noah Schultz, who will go for the White Sox. And then remember, it's the Monday afternoon game on the holiday. There's a swing, And a fly ball over toward right center, easing to his right, now backing up as the wind carries it. Gilbert stays with it and makes the catch. He moved laterally to his right, and then the ball started to carry still further, so he had to adjust his movement and start backpedaling a bit, but he caught up to it. 2 down, and here is Benintendi. Benintendi, 0 for 3, has popped up to third, lined out to right center, and he struck out his last time. Here's Peguero to the plate. Check swing and an inadvertent foul. Bouncing back behind the plate, 0-1. Randall Grichuk is out on deck. Giants 9 runs on 13 hits, including homers by Schmidt and Bader. Now a sinker at 99. Up and away, 1-1. Giants, no errors in this game. White Sox 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Now here's a fastball in for a called strike at 100. Although I'm going to follow the advice of the pitchers, it was actually 99.7. Way below 100. Here's a foul out of play off to the left. 1-2 the count. The wind, by the way, according to the flags out in right center field, it's been blowing out toward McCovey Cove, but now a strong wind has come up, blowing in from right and across toward left. The prevailing wind here at Oracle Park. 1-2 pitch. Swinging, strike 3. That was a sinker at 101 miles per hour. Strong inning there for Peguero. 3 up, 3 down. Giants 9, White Sox 3. With the top of the order, Adames, Arise, and Schmidt coming up on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
For Habas Law, San Francisco isn't just a city, it's home. And at the heart of this home is the family that makes the San Francisco Giants spirit legendary. You're the ones who cheer in the stands, wear the colors with pride, and create memories that last a lifetime. So when you've been injured, Habas Law isn't just fighting for just anyone's rights. They're fighting for the people who fuel our Giants. Habas Law, fighting to make it right. Fighting for the fans of the orange and black. Habas Law, proud sponsor of your San Francisco Giants. HabasLaw.com.
The right hardware doesn't just finish a door, it defines it. Belmont Pioneer offers premium door hardware from M-Tech, Ashley Norton, Baldwin, and Rocky Mountain. Brands known for craftsmanship, durability, and timeless design. From modern to classic, you can see it all in Belmont Pioneer's industry-leading showroom. Visit 550 Harbor Boulevard in Belmont or at BelmontPioneer.com. Belmont Pioneer. Details that make the difference.
The new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas at Taco Bell. You can't get just one. Okay, so that's not like some marketing hyperbole. You literally can't get just one. They come in 2s. So like, if you want just one, you're going to need to find a friend who loves slow roasted chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch sauce. Or a friend of a friend, or have an awkward conversation with a complete stranger to see if they're obsessed with chicken, bacon, and avocado ranch. Or you could just like eat them both because you're obsessed with slow roasted chicken, bacon. Okay, you get the idea. The new Chicken Bacon Ranch Street Chalupas at Taco Bell. At participating Taco Bell U.S. locations for a limited time while supplies last.
The future is here.
Landon Roop ends up striking out the side. That was really impressive. He went through Freeland, Ohtani, and Tucker gave him a heck of a battle, but Roop gets the strikeout.
Hear it all on the Sports Leader. Now back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Now the Giants last of the 8th. Willie Adames leads off here against Trevor Richards, and he bounces a foul off to the left, strike 1. And the Giants have 9 runs today, although their leadoff man, Adames, has been shut out. He's been kept off the bases. He's 0 for 4. Here it is. And the kick change. See, now I'm going to use that over and over so it sticks in there. I called a ball. Too low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a smash foul down the left field line and back into the crowd. Strike 2. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, Phillies and Guardians are underway now. They had a rain delay before they got started. like almost a 2-hour rain delay. Here's a check swing by Adames on a ball down and in, a kick change that was out of the zone at 80 miles an hour. 0-0. Cleveland has won 7 in a row. They're facing Zach Wheeler of the Phillies, though. Phillies have won every game that Wheeler has pitched so far this year. 0-0. Last of the third in Philly. Here's another changeup low for a ball. 3-2. Adames has popped to second, hit into a force play, fly to center, and struck out. Luis Arraez on deck. 3-2 pitch. Swing, and there's a high drive into deep left center. Way back there, still going. Adios, pelota! A home run for Willie Adames. His 6th of the year, and it's 10-3 Giants. .384 feet, the estimate on that one. And now here's a called strike to Luis Arraez. First hit of the day for Adames, the Giants' 14th overall. 3rd home run. Now the pitch, swing, and Arraez, who's already had 2 hits, skies one to center, battling the wind and the sun out there, is Hill. Now he keeps backing up, and as he gets to the warning track, he makes the catch. So he was fighting the elements out there big time. Did a nice job to make the catch on that one. Here's the home run tracker, sponsored by Belmont Pioneer, built on relationships, built to last. Visit BelmontPioneer.com. The home run, and Adames didn't hit it all that hard as Schmidt skies one along the third base line, and White Sox have 2 different guys going for it. The shortstop, as he did not do on an earlier pop-up along the left field line, takes charge this time, calling off Vargas, and Montgomery makes the catch into foul ground. That was a big play. The Chapman ended up getting a double on it when it fell in, after Vargas lost it in the sun back in the 6-run 5th inning rally. Here is Devers, and he takes a wide fastball, ball 1. The distance on the home run by Adames, 384, although he hit it only at 95 miles an hour. Carried really well. And maybe that wind that we noticed had shifted in from right across toward left. Maybe got a little bit of a push. Ball 2 now to Devers, 2-0. Devers 1 for 4 in the game. He swings and hits a high drive into center. Battling the sun again out there is Hill. Now to his right a bit, makes the catch in sort of medium deep center. But Willie Adames hits one out of the yard. Tell it bye-bye, baby, as Russ Hodges used to say. On to the 9th inning, the Giants ahead 10-3. On the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
What if making more money actually made things more complicated? Income goes up, accounts multiply, tax decisions start happening in different places. And even when each decision feels right, they're not always working together. That's the coordination problem. If things have gotten more complex, it may be time to take a step back. Get your complex financial coordination guide by calling 866-PROTECT today.
Investment advisory services are offered by Liberty Wealth Management, LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Past performance is no indication of future results. Investment involves risk.
Giants fans know what it means to play with heart. Merck, Woman Heart, and the Giants are teaming up for Playing with Heart, a national education program to raise awareness about bad cholesterol and the risks of heart attack or stroke. Join Giants legend Dusty Baker as they step up to the plate to join this important conversation. They gave their all on the field. Now they're helping to raise awareness about the risks of high bad cholesterol. Learn more about Playing with Heart and how important it is to talk to your doctor about your bad cholesterol. Visit playingwithheart.com for more information.
At 805 Beer, it's more than a label. From long days, honest work, and stories that get better every time they're told. While some chase followers, we chase cattle. Waves, purpose, and good trouble. Trend-proof, time-tested, ice cold. Because beer never goes out of style. And the people who drink it don't either. Long live cold beer. Long live 805.
Save on your favorite flavors at Raley's in Nob Hill. This week, members can take home large packs of Raley's fresh 80% lean ground beef for $3.97 a pound, limit 2. No need to clip. Just enter your something extra number at checkout to save. Only at Raley's in Nob Hill.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Now to the ninth inning, the Giants ahead 10-3. And the plate umpire signaling timeout. I'm not sure what was going. Maybe it was a little too soon to start the inning. Maybe that was it. But now we're ready to go. Here's Randall Grichuk to lead off against Pagaro. And he throws him a called strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. The pitch to Grichuk. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider at 93 miles an hour. Oh, 0-2 the count. Grichuk came in as a pinch hitter in the sixth inning against Matt Gage, who struck him out. Here it is. Swing, a line drive base hit to right field. Sinker at 92. It was an 0-2 count, and that one ended up right over the heart of the plate at 98 miles an hour. And he didn't try to get fancy with it. He just, with a 2-strike count, punched it into right, which was wide open to him with a rise to second baseman almost right up the middle. So now here is Derek Hill, who also came into the game as a pinch hitter in the sixth inning and also struck out against Matt Gage. Giants ahead 10-3, ninth inning. Here it is. Very high for ball one. Astros beat the Cubs. That's, what is it, 7 straight losses for the Cubs now. They've really fallen upon hard times. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. They had one of the best records in the game there. They were 29-16, and now have lost 7 straight. And the Astros, who've had one of the worst records in the big leagues, have beaten them twice in a row. There's a swing and a miss by Hill on a high fastball at 98. 1-2 the count. Twins leading the Red Sox 4-1, last of the ninth at Fenway Park. Blue Jays beat Paul Skeens and the Pirates today, 5-2 up in Canada. 1-2 pitch, sprayed foul off to the right. Patrick Corbin got the win over Skeens, and George Springer led off the game with a home run against Skeens. Here the Giants lead 10-3 over the White Sox. And Pagaro pitches, and he's up and in with a fastball. The Marlins beat the Mets 4-1. Meyer got the win over Freddie Peralta down in Miami. Rays and Yankees got rained out. 2-2 pitch, ground ball off the glove, and he slowed it up enough for a hit. If Pagaro had not touched that ball, I think it's a double play. The low liner to his left, he stuck the glove out and didn't catch it. All he did was slow it up. It hit the glove and rolled 30 feet behind him where nobody could get it. So 2 men on, and here is Drew Romo, the switch-hitting catcher. Nationals lead Atlanta 2-0. Last of the eighth inning in Atlanta. And a swinging strike. Cardinals and Reds. First game of a doubleheader in Cincinnati. The Cardinals won it 8-1.